Hello and welcome back for the last time for today's test rides to the GorillaBiker. And today I have somehow gotten to ride an Indian Roadmaster Elite, one of 350 made. They asked me would I like to ride it, and I nearly got sick, to be honest, because it's worth more than I earn a year. But this is the sort of thing you can't turn down. So again, the people who've given me the opportunity to ride this absolute beast are Franklin Motorcycles. And if you have any interest in purchasing this bike, you can, it's for sale. And I've met the man who's selling it, and he's a very nice fella. He also has another bike, which is why he's looking at getting rid of this one. So the bike weighs nearly half a ton, which is a lot heavier than I'm used to, but it doesn't feel like it, being honest. It doesn't feel like it at all. It actually feels pretty comfortable to ride. So the bike has essentially everything you could want: electric windscreen, radio, it has cruise control, it has heated seats, it has heated grips. This is the kind of pinnacle of a cruiser bike. Let me tell you, this is a big boy to move around. From an ergonomics point of view, this thing is about as comfortable a seat as I've ever sat in. Whatever about bikes, this is just comfortable, full stop. There's no it's a different level of comfort. Like my knees, I mean, you know, I'm on boards. That's super comfortable. The bars are at a perfect angle for me. The controls, they're all really easy to use, and let me tell you, it does not get more impressive and comfortable than this thing. I know I'm kind of waxing lyrical about it at this stage, but it is a phenomenally comfortable bike. So that's ergonomics. Genuinely, I don't think you can get more comfortable. So power, this only has around about 80 something brake horsepower. I'll double check my numbers as always and put them up on the screen because, you know, I don't know everything. And torque, effectively unlimited. Oh, something I should really mention from an ergonomics point of view. This has air suspension. Air suspension. Yep, you heard that right. That's why it's so comfortable, really. The seats are amazing. The bars are just comfortable. This has this beautiful paint job. And the thing about the paint job, and I'll put up pictures afterwards at the end of the video, but the actual gold inlay on the tank is actual gold leaf. Like legit gold leaf paint. Which to me is absolutely mental. Do I want to bike a gold leaf? Hell yeah, I want to bike a gold leaf. Who doesn't want anything with gold leaf? It has a radio, it has Bluetooth, it has this is better than my car. Like, considerably better than my car. So power, right? After basically ergonomics, you don't get more comfortable than this bike. So if you're looking for comfort, this is it. This is the pinnacle of comfort on a motor bicycle. Power wise, it makes plenty for what it is. So this is something I've said about cruisers before, right? I'll always mention power because it's a review, but it doesn't need power. This thing has acres of torque. All you need to know is it has enough torque to pull a house down, and it has enough power to go as fast as you're going to want to go on this, because it's not a sports bike. You know, if we were talking about an R1, we'd be having a different conversation, but this is not that. So we'll move on from power to handling. Now this is where it gets interesting, okay, because this bike does handle incredibly well, but you have to also remember what size it is. This is a half a ton of a bike, essentially, right? And you know it's a heavy bike. When you're stopping, it's very obvious that it's heavy. But that said, on the road, once this is moving, so yeah, okay, let's be honest. Is it nice stopped? It's fine stopped. I can get my feet down I'm nice and planted. When it's moving, you know it's heavy, but it's not a problem. It's the getting going. You kind of have to be confident on a bike. So you see, that's what I meant about power. That's about as fast as you're going to want to accelerate most of the time on this. And you know, because of the power that's there, it's going to hold whatever speed you throw it on the motorway. So handling wise, it's a big bike, but it's still actually quite light on its feet. You know, for what it is, it's light on its feet. Do I think this is a bike for me? No, only because I can't afford it. Would I have something like this in my garage if I could? Yes, of course. Like just there around corners, it's absolutely fine. It's not too heavy. It doesn't feel like it's lumbering. It feels smooth. Power delivery is smooth. Everything about it is smooth, to be honest. And that brings us on to practicality, or you know what I usually do with extras. This has every extra you can actually get. Air suspension, check. ABS, check. Radio, check. Heated seats, check. Heated grips, check. Cruise control, check. And so on and so forth. You get where I'm going with this. From an extras point of view, this is the most complete bike that you could want. From a commuting in a small city perspective, would you want this? Nah, it's completely useless. But that, again, that's not what it's for. This is for going out and doing, you know, thousands of miles on the road. That's what this is for. Something I didn't mention earlier, braking. Braking on it is excellent, because when you think about it, this bike is, you know, 480 kg or something like that. It stops like a much smaller bike. It goes like a much smaller bike. And like even now this corner here, it moves through the bends very comfortably, you know. It just eats up the road. And now this is personal opinion, okay, but aesthetically I think this thing is gorgeous. Now obviously, if you follow me at all, you know that I like all bikes, and I really like Indian as a brand. The FTR 1200 is right up there with the MT10 for me. I think I mentioned that previously in a video, but it's right up there for me as a dream bike. I just really like Indian styling, you know. I think this and the Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, Elite Dark Horse, I know I shared it on Instagram before. I think that is one of the best looking bikes that money can buy. And after riding this, I want one even more. So you know, you have everything you could want here: fuel range, music, your mobile, navigation. Everything is here. Let's do a radio test. So that's the speakers in the bike, and you have, you know, full, like I said, Bluetooth support, everything on that radio. This thing is made, to be honest, right, I would love to get one of these to go from here to Australia on, you know. I just ride the entire European continent. Oh, it sounds so good. So I know usually my reviews are tall person reviews, but I don't think I need to say the obvious here. This bike, if you're tall, absolutely. You could have two tall people on this, it wouldn't make a difference. Like I said in one of the previous videos about the Indian Scout, this is just a nice place to be to eat up mileage, because this bike, again, can it go fast? Yes, it can. Is that what it's for? Not necessarily. This is for going somewhere. You know, like a sport bike, it's all about the ride. It's about the speed at which you get to, in my opinion, in the ride. And the corners. You know, you want really nice windy roads on a sports bike. But with this, really nice windy roads are nice, like what I'm on now, so I came out this way. And also, what's nice is, you know, straight flat roads, which, let's be honest, if you're a sports bike rider, or like me with the Phaser, I came up to Dublin today on my Phaser, and I came up from Cork to Kilkenny last night in my Phaser. And big straight flat roads are not pleasant. They are not what you want as a rider of that type of bike. Oh, this thing actually sounds incredible. So this is probably the first and only ever type of special review I'm going to do, because I don't know how often I'm going to get a bike that there's only 350 of in the world. But if you have one, you want me to ride it, hell, let me know, because I will. So we're going to do some thoughts on this. Noise, absolutely amazing. This thing sounds incredible. It's like thunder. when you ride something like this, this just sounds amazing. Like the Scout earlier that I was riding, that sounded good. But it's not even the outright noise of this bike. It's how the noise that it's making feels. I can feel the engine on this bike when I do that. Like that's in your chest. That's different. That's just incredible. And like I said, again, Franklin Motorcycles have this for sale. So if you're watching this and like, that bike sounds absolutely amazing, limited edition, hit them up. See, can you get a test ride of it? I don't know what the story is with kind of test rides on the normal, but this bike, I know there's huge interest in it already. This just makes me want to go and just ride somewhere really far away. That's what I want to do now. Whereas I know when I get back onto the Phaser later and go home, after this day of riding 3 different bikes, I'm gonna be sad because I want all 3 of them. I know that probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I would like all 3 of them. And it's because something I mentioned in another video, possibly even in one of the videos that I talked about today. It's another different experience. And I know I've definitely said it before, but that's what I like about bikes, that every car, every kind of normal car is the same, They all accelerate a certain way, they all turn a certain way, and they all accelerate a certain way. Every bike I have ever ridden feels differently to another one. None of them are the same. Is it the type of bike I would regularly choose myself to ride? No. But is it a bike I'd take out and do 2,000 miles on? Yup. Pretty happily, and probably in one go. Like, it's just so damn comfortable. It has panniers, a top box, and it's everything you could want built in. And also, if you've been watching this video and wondering my fuel range is going up, it's because this bike actually produces fuel. So you see, if you spend this much money on a bike, you can save money by actually manufacturing fuel in the bike. Now I know you may be saying that sounds made up, but it is. You're absolutely right. I made that up completely myself. If you buy a bike like this though, you don't worry about fuel economy. I mean, everything is there. If you want to see it, there it is. We're averaging 9.1 litres per 100, but I don't think you need to worry about that really, because it's not what this bike is about. I have to say though, with this bike, Indian knocked it out of the park. The detail that's in this, the machining that's in it, it is so beautifully made. And I'm not usually a fan, as everyone knows, I'm not usually a fan of a big bike like this. Like, as I said, my 2 favourite dream bikes at the moment are the FTR 1200 and the MT10. So this isn't my type of bike, and I'm still absolutely loving riding it. Also, this is really cool. This uppy down windscreen thing. That's mad. I don't even need, if I put it up there, I don't even need my visor. I can feel nothing on my face, which is weird. And then down again. So if you are looking to buy this, everything works. Everything works on it, cruise control, the whole lot. The screen, as I just demonstrated, works. The bike is perfect, There's really not much mileage on it. There's, less than 10,000 kilometers. So, do a bit of the final thoughts on this bike. If you're in the market for something like this, I don't think you can do much better. Like I said, limited edition, limited paint, everything. As you just saw, the brakes are incredible, because this person decided to slam on the brakes. But final thoughts, the power, it's not a sports bike, but I don't think it needs to be a sports bike, because you'd kill yourself, let's be honest. If this was a sports bike, you'd be dead. But it makes noise and it looks cool, and I think that's what this type of bike is about. And I can't believe I'm getting to ride it. I just say that again. I can't believe it. Aesthetically, I think it's beautiful. I love the dials, all of them. So you got your, you know, your revs and some information over here, gears and overall distance, fuel range, speed, and down here you also have fuel and battery power. You know, air suspension on the back. The seat it's more comfortable than my couch. It's more comfortable than my PC chair, and that's a pretty comfy chair. I know it's turning heads everywhere I went there, which is unsurprising because of its colour. It just pops in the sun. Like, look at that. Look at that shine. Look at that sparkle. Power, check, unreal. Aesthetics, I think it's a beautiful bike personally. I think it's absolutely stunning. Handling is the only thing. You know this is a big bike, okay? And if you're not expecting to ride a big bike, if you're not used to riding a big bike, this could catch you unawares, because it feels so light when it's moving. Like when it's moving now, like I can quite happily one-hand this. This is lovely, you know. It's very smooth, very easy to use at any speed. When you stop, until you get your feet down, and once you have your feet down, it's fine. But even moving in slow traffic, you know how heavy this is, and that's something I think everyone should just be aware of. You know, if they get one of these to ride it, or even if you're test riding this, it is a big bike to maneuver. It's a heavy bike. And then, you know, usually, as I said, I do like a practicality piece, but that's pointless because this isn't a practical bike. It's not cheap. It's not small. You're not going to get this around the side of your house. You're not going to build a filter in traffic. You know, you're probably not going to commute on this thing. But that's not what it's for. This is for the look, the feel, and, you know, the distance that you're able to cover on this thing. There is no bike that I own, or that probably I ever will own, that'll be able to compete with this thing over long distance. This is just, it's so comfortable. The power delivery is so smooth. You've loads of storage. I'm not sure on the size of the fuel tank, but judging off this, I would imagine that we're pretty okay for distance wise. You're gonna do 400 kilometers off it anyway. Blown away is the word. Like everything, like look, these details here, the details of this is, it's just beautiful. You know, even the inlay over here.
So to close out, because I couldn't really get my thoughts, I suppose, put together properly on the day, so I decided to do this voiceover, which is new for me too, so let me know, do you like it? But did I like this bike? I did like it. Would I buy it? No, I don't think I would. I think I'd probably have a Chieftain Elite before I'd have the Roadmaster Elite, purely from a looks perspective. I think this is a really beautiful bike, and I think the power delivery is very nice. I personally wouldn't like a bike that big. I think the Chieftain to me now just looks a bit smaller. Now maybe I'd ride them both and say I'm wrong, but for now, for me, the Chieftain. But is this objectively a good bike? Objectively, this is an excellent bike. To run through them really quick. Power, and I mean by power, torque, more so than power, because there is no real top end power here. But torque, excellent. Handling on the bike, as I said before, moving, it's fine, and stopped, it's fine. It's that interim between moving and stopping, or stopping and moving, as you have that little second of lag. That's when you feel the weight of the bike, and that's when it really could catch you out. So you just have to be careful there. In corners and everything else, it's absolutely fine. In traffic, it's fine. Aesthetically, I do think this particular bike is beautiful. Do I like all of the Roadmaster color schemes? No, I don't. But this one I really like. The blue and the gold just go together so well, and you know, the other accents on the bike really fit it. I wouldn't be a big fan of chrome usually, but it just works so well on this bike. The whole package comes together perfectly. Really, really excellent bike. If you're after something like this, I don't think you could go too far wrong. Anyway, if you've watched, thanks for watching. If you've liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching either way, and until next time, adios.